It's Friday, January 5th, 2024, and this is the Talk Film Society podcast. I am your host, Marcelo Pico, editor-in-chief of Talk Film Society, here with me, as always, for another chapter of this awards season 2023 series, my co-host, Siobhan Irving. Hello, Siobhan.
Oh, God. Marcelo, it is. Yes. What has it been? It's been 2 weeks since we've been able to talk awards. It's been
2 weeks.
And, I just feel I have felt something empty lurking inside of me, right? And, now that I'm here, this is what I was missing.
This is it.
Was talking about the awards season with you. This is what I needed.
Right. Can't say the same for me. I'm kidding. It's been 2 weeks. And what have we done in the last 2 weeks? We'll get to that here in a second. But
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, I think we should. Well, we won't talk about all of that. I mean, we've both been through things in the last 2 weeks. I mean, I'm currently still a little sick.
Marcelo's sick. I've got other things on my mind. But I did until this fucking recording started. And now the only thing on my mind is awards.
For the next at least 90 minutes. Just think of nothing else, Siobhan. Just awards. Just the
oh God, those golden men.
Golden men.
Being handed out to people of all
creeds and nationalities. And also those giant circular shiny orbs that are going to be handed out this Sunday.
Yeah, and there's a fucking angel holding them or something.
No, I'm talking about the Golden Globes.
Yeah, isn't that what that is?
I thought it was the Emmys.
That's
the Emmys. You're thinking the Emmys.
Yeah. I can't think of what a Golden Globe looks like.
I think off the top of my head, I think the Golden Globe is just a globe and then just some a weird force holding it up. Actually, I'm going to look up Golden Globe, see what that looks like.
Yeah, try to describe this to me. I'm not going to look it up.
So yeah, as of this recording, I mean it's Wednesday, January 3rd. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. This is our first record of the new year. We tried to record a few days ago, but I said, nope, no thank you, I'm too sick. And
Marcelo's a little sick boy.
Yeah, I may have problems. Okay, so the Golden Globe, it's a globe. It's an earth with some film wrapped around it on a pedestal. So,
having film on it is just so appropriate.
Yeah, because it honors the best of film, the Golden Globes, and also TV. So that's kind of, and also not many things are shot on film anymore. So I mean, it's how are you gonna put a digital camera on this thing?
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, Marcelo, I don't know if you want to just get right into it.
Cinematography.
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh,
but yeah,
sorry.
We are here to talk about cinematography.
Yeah, we're talking the best.
Look, I mean, this is one of the big ones.
This is. I decided to start the new year off with a bang. One of the top awards this award season, any award season, it's cinematography. We're covering our favorites of the year. We're going to talk about what's in contention. And we're going to talk about Best Cinematography Award winner at the Oscars. That's right, Siobhan. Yes. What is it?
We are talking about Marcelo's pick for Best Cinematography, for what he wanted to talk about Best Cinematography, which is Peter Weir's classic 2003 just dudes being dudes ship movie, Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World.
Yes, the award winner from 2003. By the way, Siobhan says it's my pick. I was coerced into picking this.
Well,
we'll talk about that later, I'm sure.
I mean, you know.
But long and short of it is, Siobhan's like, oh, there's one Best Cinematography winner I do enjoy. And I go, which one's that?
I would like to, not that I do enjoy it, that I would like to see, because I had never seen this movie before.
Oh, you've never seen? I thought you had seen this before.
No, that's why I wanted to watch it so bad. It's because I was like, the opportunity is here.
I misunderstood. I thought you liked it, and you were like saying you wanted to do it because you enjoyed the movie. I didn't know you didn't see it. So, okay, good. It worked out.
Breaking revelations already.
Wow.
In 2023.
Yeah, so this is the segment, Who Are We? So Siobhan, before this, has not seen Master and Commander, Foresight of the World. I have. That should give you an insight of who we are. What else? Let's see. Awards. Let me ask you this, Siobhan. It's the first...
sorry. And back to that. Marcelo's sick.
Yeah, I'm a little sick. Siobhan, let me ask you this.
What's up?
It's the first week of 2024.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about... Okay, let me be more specific. I got a better question.
Thank you. I was about to cut that one off.
When the nominees for the Oscars, when those are going to be announced, how many Best Picture nominees do you think you will have seen before
Fantastic question.
They're announced?
Wow, beautiful question.
10 nominees, by the way, this year. 10 nominees.
Okay. I'm just going to go through like the movies I've seen last year. Just let me calculate this in my head right now. Boop, 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 be deep. Okay, definitely one.
You will have seen one. You
for sure.
Okay.
I'm going down the list still.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm betting Dark Horse 2. So there's 2.
2. Okay.
3.
3. Great rating,
Okay.
by the way.
We're at 3 so far.
Some counting. All right.
4.
4.
I think that is our final number. I will have seen 4
4 of the
BP nominees by the time this comes.
Okay.
And one of them's a dark horse. My dark horse. Okay. And you want me to say what those are?
Sure. Can I guess? What?
Well, two of them we have to talk about in our What Have We Watched segment.
Well, look.
Do they overlap?
We can mention it without you giving an opinion. So I know you've seen the Holdovers. So that's 1.
I've seen the Holdovers. That's 1.
Okay, that's 1. I know you've seen Barbie. That's 2.
That's 2.
I know you've seen May December. That's 3.
Oh, I didn't think about that one. Okay, 3.
I'm pretty sure that'll be nominated. I have a good feeling.
I don't know if I put that on this list here. Oh well.
Number 4, the dark horse I think you're talking about is the Iron Claw.
No.
Okay, so never mind. That's not
further back in the year.
Further back in the year. All right. I gave
like a light kind of biopic comedy.
Oh, light by Oppenheimer. No, I'm kidding.
Not Is biopic the right? I still have not seen Oppenheimer. Is biopic the right word?
Oh, wait.
Based on a true story film.
Oh, sorry, Maestro. You've seen Maestro. You talked about that last
Maestro
episode.
is one of them, so we're up to 4.
4.
Based on Marcelo's is May December really in the
I think
BP?
so. I'm willing to bet it's going and this is me being hopeful because I do love
MD and the BP.
Hey, and this is still the segment Who Are We?
Oh yeah.
I want to make this series, because we started this last year in December, and from the beginning I said this is going to be a ruler. This is going to be we're using the scientific method here. Okay,
this is a teaching tool for you, the listener.
We are prognosticators. Okay.
Professionals.
I won last year's Talk Film Society Oscar pool. I got all nominees. Sorry, I picked all the winners except I think in 4 categories. So I missed 4 categories last year.
And I probably got like 40% of them right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull it up. We went over it first episode. But anyway, I'm not gonna brag. And like I said a few episodes ago, I might fuck up. I might lose this.
You're known to fuck up.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say it.
I'm a big fuck up.
You are. Yeah.
But I think the goal of the show is for both of us to be better prognosticators. We're looking
And
at the
better people,
news.
frankly.
Better people, absolutely. I want us at the end of 15 episodes to be better people, to give to charity, to help our fellow men and women and others.
And women. Yes, thank you, Marcelo. That's part of your problems in the past.
Anyway, what was I saying? Literally, I forgot what I was saying. I went on a rant.
We're on the Best Picture thing?
Oh, Best Pictures. But anyway, Best Pictures. Let's just go back to your list. So just tell me what I'm missing. I named a few already.
This was my dark horse.
Yeah.
Air.
Oh yeah, Air. Oh, I just remembered May December. So okay, Air. I say my gut says has less of a chance to get in Best Picture than May December. May December. This is why I went on a rant. My gut says May December will get in. Maybe 10th place, only because it has such great performances, and this is a fact. A lot of people know who is the majority player in Oscar voters.
Julianne Moore.
No, what? Just Julianne Moore herself? She has
messy lesbians.
No, close. Actors. Actors are the biggest voting body in the Oscars, in the Academy. So, and May December is a very actory movie. So, I think Julianne Moore will get a nomination. Charles Melton will definitely get a nomination.
But Marcelo, but you got to admit, there are more actors in Air than there are in May December.
But does Air have what does the kids say? The Riz? Does Air have the Riz that May December has?
Doesn't apply at all.
I'm trying to sound cool here.
I know.
But I think Air has lost some of his luster. If Air was released, I think in December or November, it may have gotten more heat, as the kids also say. But Air came out when, like this past summer, like in August or something. So, but definitely a dark horse. If
2023 for sure.
Air came out in 2023
to Letterboxd. How
about we make a bet? If Air gets into the Best Picture race, what do we bet? Do we bet money? Do we bet something else? What do you want to put on the line, Siobhan?
Do you got any crypto?
Do I have crypto? Yeah, you can have one of my Ric Flair crypto. I saw that before logging in. I saw Ric Flair sharing he's selling crypto now.
And you can have one of my ultra rare Undertaker NFTs.
Okay, cool. So if Air gets in, I have to give Siobhan one of my Ric Flair crypto coins, and if Air doesn't get in, I get an Undertaker NFT. Perfect. Done and done. So that's who we are. That's who we are. Next segment, the news.
Who we were.
That's who we were. Now it's the news. There's one news that just broke like not but an hour ago that we're going to focus on.
Oh, I know this news.
Yeah, that's right. Ric Flair had just announced he's selling crypto coins. No, the big news is breaking. Here it is. Oscar shakeup. Barbie moves to adapted screenplay despite campaigning for original. Oh my God.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
Jesus Christ. All right.
God, what are we going to do?
Siobhan, we go to you first. What's going to happen next?
It's tough to say because my world has kind of been completely flipped upside down by this news.
It's ridiculous.
But I think, call me wackadoo if you want.
Wackadoo.
But I think Barbie is going to get nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a bold claim. What should we bet if Barbie gets... No, let's not do this again. I'm going to go to Gold Derby. Normally...
They already have it updated.
Have they updated it? They have not updated it yet because it just happened an hour ago.
Where was it chances on the original?
Yeah, so I'm going to do that right now, Siobhan.
Sorry.
No, it's okay because you're just one step ahead of me. Best original screenplay. Here's how the odds were before they update this and before they move Barbie over to best adapted screenplay. And for those who don't know, and for those who tend to wait until the end of the show for us to talk about Gold Derby, Gold Derby is the site, and a bunch of so-called experts and just readers of the website. They go in, they predict who's going to win the Oscars. I think it's a good starting place for picking your picks for who's going to win, who's going to be nominated. Hey, you want a hint for your Oscar pools, people? Go to Gold Derby. And then don't just copy Gold Derby. That's a mistake. But just use it as a guideline. Okay, best original screenplay. Before the news broke, here are... Hey, why don't we do this? Siobhan, guess. Best original screenplay.
Holdovers.
Yes, Holdovers number 1.
Barbie.
Barbie number 2. You got the first 2.
The Killer.
No, The Killer is that's adapted. That I know is based on a graphic novel, so that's not on here.
Of course. How foolish of me.
How about I'll give you this hint.
Asteroid City.
Asteroid City is number 15 on this list.
Jesus Christ!
I'll give you this hint. You've seen these, and we just talked about them.
Maestro and Iron Claw.
Ooh, so close. Maestro, number 5. Iron Claw, number 14. Let's just stop here.
No, Maestro and Holdovers we talked about already. Barbie. Did I not say Barbie?
You did say Barbie.
Okay.
I'll give you one more hint. I talked about this a lot just now. I gave a lot of good reasons why I think it's going to win. Or sorry, why I think it's going to get nominated for Best Picture.
May December.
You got it. That's the top 6. So that's number 6. So original screenplay, they predicted Holdovers, Barbie, Past Lives, number 3, Anatomy of a Fall, number 4, Maestro, number 5, May, December 6, and hey, Air at 7. So that was original screenplay. Let's go to adapted.
Love to see it.
Let's go to adapted. All right. Any guesses, Siobhan, for adapted screenplay?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Number 1.
Oppenheimer.
Number 2.
Poor Things.
Number 3. Wow, you're just reading this? You're getting it? Wow, I'm impressed.
Now it gets tougher.
You got the first 3.
How about All of Us Strangers?
Ooh, I'm going to give you that point. That's number 6. Now you just need 2 more. I'll say, okay, I'll give you this hint. One of these movies stars a notorious owner of a diamond mine.
American Fiction.
Yes, that's number 4. And number 5, here's my hint. This is depressing movie. I've not seen this yet.
Zone of Interest.
Yes, number 5. You got it, Siobhan. Look at you. Hey, you've just graduated to Flowborn. To Flowborn. To
Flowborn?
Keep in mind, I'm a little sick. You've just graduated
Marcelo's sick, yes.
to full-blown Oscar expert.
Yeah, and all it took was like looking at a list of movies that could be on there while I did this and pretending I wasn't.
Oh, really? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
What list were you looking at?
It's in talkfilmsociety.com/discord. In our
Wait.
Talk Awards channel, most recently posted.
So, tell me this, Siobhan. If I wanted to cheat at the Gold Derby game and look at a list that somebody posted in there predicting what's going to get nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, how can I do that? How can I get into that Discord?
Well, Marcelo, if you were listening just 30 seconds ago, I mentioned this URL, talkfilmsociety.com/Discord. Join our Discord. Lovely people in there. Over 100 of them, and we're all talking about film awards.
Absolutely.
And what have you.
I just saw somebody, a good friend of mine and ours in Talk Film Society, Mike Schindler, is posting about Steven Soderbergh's movies that he's seen in 2023 list. Good times. Here's my quick thought on Barbie in Adapted Screenplay. I have a feeling, I think it's going to win the Oscar. I think it's going to be one of those things where Barbie's not going to win Best Picture. Barbie's not going to win Best Director. Barbie is going to sweep a lot of the technical awards, and I think it's going to be one of those. And I think it will deserve the win because it is a great movie. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like, okay, Greta's got to win something. Greta and her husband, I forget his name, they got to win something. So what's going to be? That's right, an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. So,
I think you're insane.
You think I'm insane? Why?
I think you're just crazy.
All right. We'll see come Oscar night. All right. So that's the news. We're zipping through this. We're doing pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're about to come up on a segment that will go for a long time.
This will take an hour, I think. All right. So it's been 2 weeks since we last talked. So we have a lot to talk about in this next segment. What is it that we have been watching over here?
Okay, 2 weeks. A lot of films. I was watching a lot of movies for a while there. Yeah. And so I've got a lot of movies to talk about, Marcelo. All right, so the first one here on my list, one that Marcelo said I would, that would end up on my top 10 of the year.
Wait, did I say that?
You absolutely said that. It was.
Oh,
Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire.
Oh,
Zack Snyder.
Well, okay, yeah, sure. How'd that turn out?
Pretty good. I don't know. I didn't love it. But, it's cool. It's like this, I don't know, his own unique take on Star Wars, and I think it's more interesting than any of the most recent Star Wars movies.
Well, hold on. Can I jump in? Can I just interrupt you and just stop your train of thought just to say this stupid thing? Isn't this based off his idea for a Star Wars movie? Like he pitched.
Could not tell you.
I think I read that. I think he pitched a Star Wars movie. I think he was in talks and he had this idea for a Star Wars movie. They go, no, Zack Snyder, get away from Star Wars. Then he goes, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna make my own Star Wars movie and I call it Star Wars. I think that's how it went down.
That's cool. I mean, a director with that could get that kind of budget to do that. I think it's cool that he pursued it.
But talk about it.
It's cool. I don't know. Okay. It creates an interesting world, although obviously derivative, but I didn't dislike that. I am invested in the characters. It's one of those, like, it's a part one. And like, although I do think it reaches a mostly satisfying conclusion, it's obviously a setup for part two. Cause I don't know, 70% of the movie is we're going to build the team, and the lady has to travel. Like, we get the setup and then we got to go build the team to kill the Emperor. We already have this confirmed that there is a Snyder cut. Even though it's a good length, it does feel like some stuff was cut. It feels like maybe we could have had a little bit more time in different locations, maybe built up these relationships a little more thoroughly. And I think we will end up getting that in the Snyder cut of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. And I'm excited to see that version. Like, I liked this movie enough to see another version of it, for sure. And I am invested enough in the characters that I want to see Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver.
Okay. I'm jumping in here.
Visuals are really nice too. Like, it looks really great.
Well, that was one thing that was mentioned in an episode where you were like, we're not going to do the visual effects episode until I've seen Rebel Moon. That's what you said. Will Rebel Moon feature in the visual effects episode? We'll see. But I think I said, oh, I'll give it a shot. Now, two things happened since I said that. Since I said I'll see Rebel Moon. Number one being I was logged out of Netflix here at home.
No.
So as of right now, I do not have Netflix in my home anymore. And I refuse to buy Netflix. So that's one. Two, yeah, I heard all this Snyder Cut bullshit. I want to, and look, don't get me wrong. I'll flat out say I loved the 4-hour Justice League Snyder Cut. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a special movie, right?
One of my favorite movies ever. Like, it's a masterful film. It's like really.
It is. I think we can both agree.
Created.
Yeah.
Like, it's so beyond impressive in my mind.
I think so. I think it is a special movie, and I do enjoy every time, or almost every time, Zack Snyder decides to make an extended cut of something. I do like that Watchmen extended cut, like the really long cut. I think the 5-hour one, or however long that one is. I think the Sucker Punch extended cut is okay. So I understand why he does this. For studio films, it makes sense because he wants to deliver a shorter cut, a PG-13 cut sometimes for a film. And then later he goes, you know what? Here's the R-rated, here's the extended cuts. You know, forget this, forget playing this in theaters. Just watch this at home. It can be as long as you want. This is a Netflix movie he's making. Why not just do the thing he wants to do first? Why not just make the 3-hour version? Why not just make an R-rated version?
It feels... I've seen a few people say this, including our mutual friend, the real Matt Carrion. He... Like, it feels kind of manufactured to be kind of like, the Snyder Cut is out. You know, like try to get on the Snyder Cut bandwagon, like try to recreate some of that enthusiasm and ferocity that came from that. Yeah. But like, that's not gonna work.
No, yeah, I mean, we're talking about a company that let Scorsese do a 3.5-hour gangster movie. You know, and lets their artists just go buck wild. And yet, you have Zack Snyder making 2 versions of a movie you could have just made 1 version of and just leave it at that. So that's my problem. That's it.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you.
I'll wait for the extended versions of all these movies. So I won't see Rebel Moon now. I'll eventually see it down the line. So that's me and Rebel Moon. The end.
Yeah, I pray that you see it.
I hope so too.
From one Netflix movie to another, Marcelo. Yeah. And this one,
yeah.
And would you say that I conducted that segue quite nicely?
You did. You were almost like a Leonard Bernstein in a way.
A Leonard Bernstein type, a maestro, if you will.
Maestro, I will let you talk.
All right, Maestro is so obviously a vanity project. Like, it is so Bradley Cooper, just like he's jumping straight to his dream movie before I think it probably would have been smarter to do some other movie in between, gain more experience with filmmaking before you go right into your dream project movie, because like it's not great. It's too long. It falls into the traps that every biopic does. I don't know. It's not satisfying to watch. It's not particularly interesting in any way. Everybody is like theater acting, overacting in a way that I didn't really enjoy. I think it's got a lot of like just awkward and weird shit to it that needed to be ironed out. It is not quite what I expected it to be. Like, I was hopeful for the movie because frankly, I love A Star Is Born. I think that movie is absolutely excellent. It's one of my favorite movies of the last, 10 years or whatever. And I was like, okay, it's follow-up, I'm in. Even though the subject matter didn't interest me. And I mean, I saw the signs along the way that I was like probably not going to love it, but I was like, it'll probably at least be interesting. And yeah, sure, it is interesting, but I don't like it. It's not good.
Yeah, I talked about this, I think, last episode, or the last one we've recorded, right? Before our break. And I had hopes that you'd like this more than me, but it sounds like we're kind of falling in around the same. I think both our reviews of it are sort of the same here, where I also love A Star Is Born. I'm not going to repeat myself. Just listen back to the last episode where I talked about it. But yeah, I agree with pretty much all you've said. And let me ask you this. I said during my review that I feel like this, I think, will connect with the Academy. I think he'll get nominated.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So did you have that feeling? Did you feel like this was going to be a big awards contender? Even
this
though
is 100. That's who this was made for.
Yeah.
This was made for nobody else but Bradley Cooper and like old people that remember Leonard Bernstein and have some affection for him.
Well, and
which would be artsy assholes.
And my girlfriend, who loves Leonard Bernstein, and she
Elise, I'm sorry,
and she hated this movie, by the way. She did not like Maestro. Yeah, but Bernstein is amazing, and I think a big reason why this movie is at least watchable for some, including my girlfriend, is the music, which just pulls from Bernstein's catalog. But somebody on Twitter said that this is what happens when you lose the Oscar to Bohemian Rhapsody, because I think that's who he lost to, right, in 2018.
God, insane.
Yeah, so he decides to make his own Bohemian Rhapsody, which I'll say this is not as bad as Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's
God no.
But hey, it's close. No,
absolutely not.
That's unfair.
I won't accept that.
I'll take it back. But it kind of falls in line with like a biopic where it's maybe too. It's not interesting enough. There's not enough going on there where I think he deserves the Oscar win, or he deserves praise for his performance. It's just missing.
The jumps in time are so hard to follow. In particular, like I think there's a failure on the editing part where it's like, I think we needed some type of card just to tell us, hey, it's 1968 now, or whatever the fuck, because like it just felt I was getting lost really pretty often about where we even were or what was happening, what the relationship status of people was. It's hard to follow in a way that's just it's confusing. Like why is it hard to follow? Confusing on a structural level.
Well,
I thought.
Well, one thing I looked at to make sure, or to help me out in terms of time, is Bradley Cooper's face and that makeup. How'd you feel about that makeup, Siobhan? Oscar winning?
Makeup's fine. It'll win best makeup. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me. I mean, like that one picture they put out of his nose that everybody made fun of, it doesn't look as bad in motion.
Sure. Yeah.
It didn't. It stuck out to me, but in a kind of a positive way.
Yeah. But yeah, what else can be said about Maestro? Let's save that for a future episode because I'm sure we'll talk about it.
And then here, I had something bad happen to me in the last couple weeks in the last week that these movies have all been watched in the last week. And like, so keep in mind that like my mind is in a weird place right now where my focus could not fully be paid to these films. I needed to get out of the house. I've been going through it. I needed to get out of the house and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go to my first movie since Saw X. I haven't been to the theater since September. And the only movie that interested me was The Iron Claw. So I went to The Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw.
A movie that I've talked about on this show and I've been meaning to rewatch. It's been stuck in my head. I was eager to see what you thought of it. I know you've gone through it, Siobhan. So talk about what you want to talk about.
It's tough, honestly. Like But I mean, I think this movie is successful in a lot of ways. It's certainly like a better, like, this is how you make a biopic. You make it good as opposed to bad, like Maestro.
Interesting.
I think the first hour of the film is the most effective to me. It is not what you expect it to be. Going in, this film's a tragedy. But the first hour of this film is it's joyous. It's wonderful. It's lovely. There are hardships along the way, but you're experiencing true brotherly love between four brothers, unlike I've ever seen before. Like these, like on film, like this family, while troubled, they did love each other, and that love is so pure, and they express that just excellently through the filmmaking. And I'd say the second hour, when that family starts to fall apart, it's still engaging to watch. It has, and like, I think it would have hit me harder if I was in a different headspace. Zac Efron's amazing. I can't believe he's not in Best Actor conversations, really.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
His commitment's insane. This is his best performance by far, and I think he's a very fine actor. And everybody else, the ensemble, like this is a best ensemble film, I think.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna think, going back to Best Supporting Actress, our episode on that already happened.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I would have put Maura Tierney in there. Let me just go look.
Yeah, I think I
would have.
Yeah, I put her down as an honorable mention. She doesn't have a huge role in the movie, but when she's in the movie during certain moments, especially one scene in particular, yeah, it's incredible.
Her character, like you said, she's not represented that much in the film, but like when she's there, she holds a power over her scenes, I think.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of authenticity and complexity to her performance that was really great. Yeah, that's the Iron Claw. Oh, and you know what? As a wrestling fan, which I am, big wrestling fan, pretty damn good wrestling. You know, like they didn't try to. Like, it's hard to film wrestling, I think, in a cinematic way, and I think they did a good job with it. And I am glad they did not try to do anything to play with the idea of reality versus kayfabe. They presented you with the reality, hardcore, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, I said this. I think when I brought up Iron Claw, Siobhan, if you can watch Cassandra, because I think that movie from 2023 also handles the wrestling aspect pretty well. So
yeah, I we were about to watch that. I don't know why we didn't end up.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything more to say about the Iron Claw?
No, you've said it all. There was discussion, again, in the small circle of film Twitter about Bradley Cooper in Maestro and Zac Efron in Iron Claw. And one example of like how Zac Efron handles that biopic aspect of his character more profoundly than Bradley Cooper and Maestro, and the fact that Efron won't get a nomination and Cooper will. It's odd to me and a lot of other people.
The system is broken.
Yeah, system is broken. Shut it down.
Yeah.
Stop the count.
Now I told you that I would not watch this movie, and I lied. I was in a bad space, and I was willing to throw away my morals.
You made
to watch
the
Holdovers.
You decided to make some terrible decisions, so you watched the Holdovers.
Some terrible decisions, like watching the Holdovers, a movie I thought was bad. I generally have enjoyed Alexander Payne's work in the past. This didn't hit it for me at all. I didn't like the look of the movie. I didn't like any of the performances. I don't care about Paul Giamatti, even though I don't think I think his chances of winning Best Actor are not that bad. I didn't care about the kid. I didn't care about anything. Divine Joy Randolph. I didn't even think she was even that interesting, and she will win Best Supporting Actress as of now. If it happened tomorrow, she will win.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just didn't hit me at all. It really didn't. Nothing about it stood out. And I straight up disliked a lot about it. The Holdovers.
I'm frankly happy that somebody said The Holdovers is bad. I've been hearing a lot of people say it's great. Me too. Everybody says it's good. We gotta bring in people who say it's not good. Just to balance things out.
Gotta get that backlash out there.
Absolutely. Get the backlash. For people who forgot about Alexander Payne and his Me Too, get that back in there. Get that in the conversation.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Future Best Director nominee.
Possibly.
Showing Up was my next film.
Oh, yeah. Well, this one I have...
Actually, this was Paramount, I think.
Yeah. It just got on Paramount Plus. I just saw that because I need to rewatch it.
Marcelo, I know this was one of your favorites of the year.
Top 10.
Confirm or deny?
Top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Love it.
I also enjoyed it. This film was more the speed that I needed right now, I think. It was very casual, very simple. This is, dare I say, this is mumblecore, Marcelo.
Sure. A phrase I've always had a problem with, by the way. Mumblecore. Because I think I understand its usage in the early 2000s and whatnot, but I think it's overstayed its welcome. Because I just think this is a nice little indie movie.
Great. Well, I can't disagree with you there.
Can I just say, because I don't think I've talked about Showing Up at all this season on the Talk Film Society Podcast Awards season 2023. Yeah, Showing Up, great. I've seen it once. I need to see it again, but it's in my top 10. Kaylee Reichardt, director, writer.
Did not see First Cow. I don't think I've seen any of her film.
I've seen Meek's Cut Off. I think that's the only one of hers I've seen. I need to see Certain Women. I keep hearing that's amazing. But Showing Up, I didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I think I came in expecting
you just showed up to the theater.
I just showed up, not expecting much, but a little indie darling. And it was a little indie darling. Michelle Williams plays an artist who just struggles to just live and create art despite what's happening around her. She lives in apartments where the water is broken. There's no hot water because her landlord's lazy and is a more successful artist than her, and she's just inherently jealous about that. Her family is a disaster, but despite it all, she has she shows her arts at an arts show at the end of the movie, and that entire sequence is incredible. I don't even want to talk about exactly why I think it's incredible, but something happens that's unexpected that just sort of just blew my mind, and it all came together in such a great way that it's so small and simple with these brilliantly written characters all around, Michelle Williams, who is very understated as a performer in here. Yeah, it's amazing. I think it might be on my list for honorable mentions for best cinematography. Maybe. I think I wrote that down. I think we'll talk about that later. But anyway, Showing Up. Sorry to just jump in here and talk about it, Siobhan, but I wanted to say that. Yeah. Showing Up, good.
I don't know why I watched this. It was on Freevee through Amazon, and I was just I came into this thinking this was one of those cult classic movies that exploitation schlock that I might enjoy, and I was wrong. I watched Surf Nazis Must Die, a trauma film. It's just a bad movie. I don't know what people get out of watching that shit. I didn't get anything. Kind of an interesting premise, I guess, but it's They don't have budget or any thought behind it. So it sucks completely. Don't watch it. That's the end of my thing.
I won't.
Out with a whimper.
Thank you, Siobhan.
In with a whimper, out with a whimper.
I'm like I think I've seen only like in my lifetime maybe up to 10 trauma films, and I've liked maybe 3 of them. So that's my hit rate on trauma. All right, I've talked about trauma. I've talked about Toxic Avenger, I think, during the summer series this past year.
No thanks, I'm not doing it. This is the end of my exploration.
Yeah, I had some nostalgia for Toxic Avenger because I think I saw those as a kid way too young, but seeing them as an adult, no thank you. Those movies are not good. Anyway, so you're done, Siobhan?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna try to zip through mine.
Marcelo, please tell me, what have you been watching?
Okay, all right. Thank you for that cue. All right, here we go. Lightning round. I'm going to speed through some of these. I saw Poor Things again. Good, solid movie. Emma Stone, get that Oscar nomination. Lathamos.
Yes, Queen.
Yes, Queen. Get that. Lathamos, get that director nomination. Get in there with your wide-angle lenses. I saw Barbie again. Fantastic. I saw Blackberry again. Fantastic. Just doing some year-end, making sure these movies are in my top 10 sort of thing. Spoiler alert, Barbie and Blackberry in my top 10. Poor Things, number like 12. So it got close. I rewatched a lot of Margot Robbie because I felt like riding that Robbie high when I was back home with my family and I had nothing else to do. So I watched The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. A solid movie. That was one of my favorites of that year, of 2021. That was in my top 10. Great movie. I think the best, now that I've seen Aquaman 2, which I won't talk about, because why bother? I'll quickly say Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, not as fun as it should be. Kind of a mess. I walked out about halfway through just to get some air because I was getting really bored. Then
you were underwater.
Thank you. Then I came back in and there was more Patrick Wilson in it, and I enjoyed myself for the last half. But still, not good. I maintain that The Suicide Squad is the best DCEU movie. Even though I said earlier I really loved Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think The Suicide Squad is better. Also saw Birds of Prey. Solid movie. I don't love it, but it's really, really good. I rewatched Babylon. Margot Robbie, you're amazing. Babylon's still great. I rewatched Ferrari. I'm still right in the middle with that movie. I want to love it, but it's a lot of it. I wouldn't say a lot of it. Some stuff in there just makes me not like it, but I still think it's a solid Michael Mann movie. I think if you like Michael Mann, go watch Ferrari. But on my second watch, I'm still kind of in the middle with it. What else did I see? Going through. I saw It's a Wonderful Life in a theater. Wow, what an experience. Love that movie. Classic. Let's see. I saw Bell, Book, and Candle. Do you know anything about this, Siobhan? This is actually interesting.
Never heard of it.
I want to stop here for a second. So Bell, Book, and Candle came out in 1958, same year as Vertigo, starring Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak, stars of Vertigo.
Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah, so it's Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak in a romantic comedy where Novak plays a witch and puts a witchy hex on Jimmy Stewart to make him fall in love with her. I think it's a cool, like sometimes funny, but like very stylistic late 50s comedy, and very interesting that was made the same year as Vertigo because it's kind of like the inverse of Vertigo, where she is the one forcing him to be in love with her, whereas Vertigo is the opposite. But yeah, interesting. I barely heard of it before watching it for the first time, and then when I watched it, I'm like, oh, I'm a big fan. So, Bell Book and Candle, go watch it, including you, Siobhan. Go see Bell Book and Candle.
No thanks.
I saw The Thin Man, the classic 1934 movie. I liked it a lot.
The sequel to Thinner.
Yeah. The Thin Man. Do you know anything about The Thin Man, Siobhan?
I've heard the name.
I don't blame you. This was my first time watching it. Kind of came in here blind, but it's fun. It's fun for a 30s movie. It's funnier than you expect for a 30s movie. I know it's considered a classic, but hey, give me a break. I just saw it. And there are apparently 10 sequels starring the same stars. And most of the sequels are supposed to be as good as the first one, so I'll give it a shot. So The Thin Man. Speaking of Coens, I saw The Hudsucker Proxy in a theater. It's a solid Coen Brothers movie, not my favorite, but I think it's fun. It's not as bleak as a lot of other Coen Brothers movies. Very funny and hopeful. So if you want some light, frothy Coen Brothers movie, if you want a light, frothy Coen Brothers movie, Siobhan, just give Hudsucker Proxy a shot. Jennifer Jason Leigh, fantastic in it. I saw Eyes Wide Shut in a theater. What else needs to be said? It's a classic now.
Love it.
It's a classic.
Love it.
Classic Kubrick. If he didn't make all those classics early in his career, this be his best movie. But right now, I think it ranks like number 4 or 5 because he has so many other classics. So Eyes Wide Shut, amazing. Let's see. What else should I talk about? I did see it a lot, so I'm skipping through some of these. Oh, okay, I'll talk about this because this is actually an awards contender. The Color Purple. The Color Purple. Oh boy. I had problems.
Color me purple.
I had problems with this movie. It's the movie musical that is based on the musical that was originally a movie that was originally a book. This is in my opinion, I'm trying to say this nicely, terribly directed movie with a solid cast, and I wish the whole thing was a lot better. I wish the songs were better. I wish the plot was better. Having seen the Spielberg movie that this is partly based on, I'd say get a better director than who directed this movie musical. Sure, you can't get Spielberg back, but get someone who can shoot these musical numbers more than just pointing a camera at somebody and just shooting it flat. Like, there's no real motion to a lot of these musical numbers.
Get somebody who directed like a really good musical recently. Get somebody like whoever directed West Side Story.
Yeah, I'm sure that guy has nothing going on, so get that guy to do it. But for what it is, it's refreshing to see like an all black cast tell a black story. But I wish it was just I wish it was just presented better. I think the fault in it lie in its presentation. The end. But I won't be mad if it gets nominated for a lot of the cast. Some of the production design is solid, but if it gets like direction and picture, I don't know. That's a little suspect because I think it is lacking. All right, that's The Color Purple, and I think I'm going to end it there because I think I touched on all I want to talk about. Oh wait, I fucked up. Let's slow down a tiny bit because I will talk about one movie I forgot to mention that I think deserves a spotlight. Anyone But You, the movie.
But what's wrong with me?
No, hold on. The title of the movie is Anyone But You, directed by Will Gluck, starring
Gluck.
Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. It's a rom-com. Do you know?
This is another movie you've watched.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this. I want to give this a shout out. So I didn't know this is this is based off of a Shakespeare play. Is that crazy? It's based on.
I don't know what the movie is, so no, it's not crazy to me. Anything can be based on a Shakespeare play. A lot of movies are.
Did you know this podcast is based on a Shakespeare play? So, do you know Will Gluck? First off,
no, I don't know Will Gluck.
Friends with Benefits, Easy A, Peter
FWB.
Rabbit.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Easy A is great.
Yeah. Do you know Sydney Sweeney?
Like those other two, might have taken a nosedive, but Easy A, good stuff.
Sydney Sweeney, you know her from Euphoria, right?
No.
Glenn Powell, you know him from Top Gun Maverick, right?
Top Gun Maverick, yeah. Dude, the fucking airplanes. Oh, yes.
So this was a good romantic comedy. That was it.
Nice.
3 out of 5 stars. Good. That was it.
I could use a good romantic comedy right now, I think.
Sure. Watch this one down the line. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I actually wasn't joking. I was like, maybe something light and frothy like that could fill me up. But maybe you're right.
You know what? I think you. Oh, you did. You commented on our Discord when I logged this on Letterboxd. My review was, this movie just had these two leads, fighting, flirting, and fucking, right? And that's all I need from a movie like this. And you mentioned I should watch, what was it? Sanctuary? Is that the name of it?
Sanctuary.
Yeah. Which I still need to see. So, you watch Anyone But You, I'll watch Sanctuary. That's a good trade-off.
Hold on, I gotta. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. In our watching segment previously. Oh, this is that movie. Okay, I know what this is. Will Gluck. We did the movie JFK for our best editing episode, and I had this Oliver Stone.
Oh, that's right, your Stone homework.
Yeah, I had this Oliver Stone biopic box set here, and I had been telling Marcelo, give me a movie from this box set. I'll watch it for next week. I ended up watching Platoon that way. Marcelo told me, since we had 2 weeks off, I asked him for 2 movies, and he gave me Nixon and Wall Street.
The most boring choices, yeah.
And I did not watch them.
Okay.
So Stone Watch might be dead.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Just keep us updated for next week. Stone Watch 2024.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Segment done. Now, main segment.
Let's talk about our feature presentation for the evening, huh?
Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
Directed by Peter Veer, 2003. Yes, that's what I said.
Now, let's go back to what was said earlier. So we're trading off episodes and picks. At least that's how it's seemingly going. This was my pick, but Siobhan just pushed me to pick this in her own sinister way. Again, she was like, Peter Weir, cinematography Oscar. Also Weir because we covered a Peter Weir movie on our other show. I think we talked Witness, right, for Southland Tales.
We did. And Peter Weir is somebody who I've just been coming to. He wasn't really on my radar at all until we did that. And suddenly I realized, he's done all these amazing movies. I should get up on this guy. And I want to continue to do that. And that's why I wanted to do Master and Commander. You didn't know I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it. Yeah. And so I was like, I want to watch this movie really bad.
Yeah. So I
always, it's a film Twitter favorite, it comes up every now and then.
Yeah. So I was pushed into doing it, but I have no problem with it now, having seen it. Spoiler alert, I enjoyed my rewatch of this. I have not seen this in, I'd say, maybe more than 10 years at least. So seeing it again, a good watch. But let's go back. We always do this. Let's go back to the Oscars.
Let's go back to the Oscars.
The 76th Academy Awards, presented almost 20 years ago now. February 29th, 2004, awarding the films of 2003.
2004, hosted by Chris Rock.
No. Guess again.
Billy Crystal.
Correct. Billy Crystal.
Boom. Always an easy guess.
It's either one of those two. Now, let's see if you remember the answer to this, because I asked you this during our first attempt when we tried to record earlier this week. Siobhan, can you guess the Best Picture winner of this year?
No.
You can't?
Oh, Beautiful Mind?
You said the exact same thing. Is this a bit? Did you forget?
No, it's not a bit.
You said the exact same.
Okay. No.
Oh my.
It came to my mind for 1 second and left.
Listeners, the exact same thing happened, and it's been 3 days. Here,
3 days?
Yeah, I think because we tried to record Monday. Now it's Wednesday. I guess 2 days.
Wow.
All right, here are the nominees for Best Picture: Seabiscuit, Mystic River, Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World, Lost in Translation,
and our winner.
Let's say it together. The
Lord of the Rings,
The Return of the King. Yes, you got it.
Yes. Okay. What a year for action epics.
Yes. So
did we have a Pirates movie that year too? No, that's too early.
Yeah, we had Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl.
Damn, what a year. Yeah. A year for ship movies and action movies overall. God damn.
What an amazing year. So, yes, The Return of the King won a lot of Oscars. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay.
Did it not hold the record for a while?
That one is always tricky. I think it's tied for the most wins. I think that's what its deal is. But one category it did not win in, and also it wasn't even nominated in.
That's insane.
Was Best Cinematography.
Why? Why would it not get nominated? That's ridiculous.
So let's look at the nominees for Best Cinematography. Again, we picked Master and Commander because it won Best Cinematography this year in 2003/2004. So let's look at the nominees. Here we go. Seabiscuit.
Oh.
Girl with a Pearl Earring.
I haven't seen it.
Cold Mountain.
Okay.
City of God.
Don't know it.
And our winner, Master and Commander. Now,
okay.
I know City of God I've seen, and that has been hailed as a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I do remember the cinematography in it being exceptional, or I was told it's exceptional. So sure,
I think we take Seabiscuit out of there.
Are you sure? I mean, come on. We all love Seabiscuit.
Like, it's not the worst movie in the world. It's just like, I don't know.
But
it does have some striking visuals, but I don't.
But yeah,
I don't think it
is. Again, I didn't do much research as to why Lord of the Rings did not get cinematography.
I'm sure there's some deep lore about that.
Yeah, but we're not going to get into it. He did receive. Okay. Maybe here's the answer. I did a quick search. So Andrew Lesnie, the cinematographer for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, he did win Best Cinematography for Fellowship of the Ring. So he had won already. And
weird.
He did all three, so maybe the Academy was like...
They're just like, hey, fuck it, you already got yours. You got yours. Fuck off, buddy. Get the hell out of here.
You don't even exist this year. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Although, come on. That movie, sure. We're not going to talk about Return of the King or Lord of the Rings.
All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to talk about our feature presentation. Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World, winner of Best Cinematography. I think certainly worthy. This is a beautiful looking movie.
Yeah.
In all ways.
Let's dig into it.
In the close-ups, in the insides of the ships, on the stunning vistas, the scary fog.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wrote that. Here are all my notes for Master Commander Far Side of the World. Here's what I wrote down.
The scary fog.
Good ship battle. Foggy. Great score. Galapagos. CG. Beautiful practical. The end. So, yeah, this is a great movie, okay? My notes aside. This is your first time seeing it, Siobhan. Like I said before, I haven't seen this in over 10 years. Your thoughts, Master Commander, go.
Previously discussed. This happened very, very shortly after something bad happened to me, and I wasn't in a great headspace, and I kind of just flipped the movie on, like, fuck it, I know I gotta watch this. Let's fucking watch this. Look, this one, I fully saw everything in it. I did not get to 100% appreciate it, but like I saw everything in it about its greatness. I think it totally deserves its reputation. It is just an absolutely excellent movie. Fucking beautiful, thrilling, funny, scary at times. Like it really has a little bit of everything, and like Russell Crowe's performance, fantastic, one of his best. It just a great character work too. Surprisingly great character work, and the cinematography just fucking beautiful. These action scenes are like they hit hard. They're so well directed. Everything about it is just exceptional. I think this is a great movie. I would love to revisit it later down the line. It might have been earlier last year. It might have been the previous year. I'm not sure. I was watching this film. I was finally gonna watch it, and we watched the first 10 minutes, and I was glued to it. I was absolutely gripped. And then I was watching it with my mother. I think we had some other stuff going on, and we ended up having to turn it off, and I was crushed, and I never got back to it until now. And I wish I had just finished watching it back then, but it's okay because this is a movie I could watch again. Absolutely. It's phenomenal, I think.
I'm glad you forced me to watch this, Siobhan.
Yeah. I'm glad you picked it.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked it. I'm glad this is my pick. Can't wait for your pick next week. I know. I'll say this. So, all of the yes, we mentioned this earlier in the show. This is a film Twitter favorite. Everybody loves this movie online. So many memes that are kind of obscure about this movie. They pop off. Yeah, I notice. I mean, I forget why, but there are a lot of people sharing the opening title. Where it says the seas are now battlefields or whatever. I've seen that a lot.
Great font choices.
Yes, I mean that should have won an award for best font at the Oscars. Font.
Yeah. Why is that not a category?
Come on.
You know what? Let's start campaigning for that before
stunts or casting best font. And to be honest, I was kind of over this movie before having rewatched it, because I'm like, how good can it be? I saw it once and thought it was good. I didn't love it the first time I saw it. So I came in with that sort of how good can it be? Everybody loves it. It's probably overpraised, but no. But halfway through, I'm like, oh yeah, this is amazing. This is a good shit movie. Yeah. This is a good, like you said, it's has some solid performances from Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany, the entire cast as amazing ensemble. And my favorite moment in the movie, or my favorite sequence, when it hit me that I'm watching a great movie, was, and we're gonna get into the plot here. I guess we'll just jump in. For anybody who hasn't seen it, go see it, or you've probably seen it already. These Brits, right? They're fighting Napoleon, and Russell Crowe is the captain of this ship, of this frigate, HMS Surprise. They're ordered to intercept the frigate's Ocarin, a French a naval ship. So these two ships are at odds, and that's it. That's the plot from beginning to end. Like an English ship versus a French ship. And you just follow Crow and his crew, and Crow is obsessed, of course, with overtaking the French ship. He wants to, destroy this French ship at all costs for England. But halfway through the movie, when Paul Bettany gets injured, he realizes he's got to take care of the crew. He's got to take care of his friends. So they stop at the Galapagos Islands just to take a breather. Because they've been battling so much, they've been out at sea so much, they've lost people. So Russell Crowe just goes, I gotta, let's take some time off, let's relax. So that time where they're at the Galapagos Islands, where they're just relaxing on the beach, where they're just walking along and doing research, collecting animals for science, because Paul Bettany is a doctor. And he's also like a naturalist. He wants to, take notes on all these animals at the Galapagos. All of that, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. It went from a shit movie with like some amazing action, edge of your seat thrills to let's just take a break and look at nature. And it's such an important like shift because it's a character shift. And this could have been just a balls out action movie, but the fact that it takes a break for its characters, I think, is what makes it like above all else like a great character piece. So yeah, and then from there, of course, they go back on the seas, and they finally come face to face with the French ship, and so on and so forth. But yeah, midway point when they stop. And they relax, and they just take in the sights. It's like that's when I thought, yeah, amazing movie. And then I'll say before I pass on to you, Siobhan, because I've talked too much. When they're on the Galapagos Islands is when you really see that cinematography just shine. That direction by Peter Weir. Russell Boyd is the cinematographer who won the Oscar for this. All that stuff on the Galapagos looks amazing. You could tell some of it's CGI, sure. But you could tell some of it was actually shot, on the island. It looks practical, and it looks amazing. So yeah, there you go. Master Commander, Far Side of the World. Siobhan?
Master. They commanded this one to mastery.
Absolutely. What I know I've talked a lot, Siobhan, but what else can we say about this? What is it about shit movies that are so fun?
There's I think there's something primal in us about exploration, getting to get out there and see, experience things that we could never experience. And it's a far gone time. This shit doesn't happen anymore. It's all regulated with cargo ships and jet skis, and so like you're never. This is just I don't know. I think it does speak to something primal within us. It's both of our things. We both love it. And Master and Commander, Peter Weir, you did just a fine job.
Damn
here.
it.
Mastery of the craft.
By the way, Peter Weir still alive. He's 79. But
still directing?
As I was going to say, as far as I know, he is retired.
Yeah, fair enough. Live your life.
Yeah, he said, I forget where I read it, but he was interviewed, and he said, "Yeah, I'm basically done.
I don't want to fucking do this shit anymore."
Yeah. Here's a quote from Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke said, "I think Weir lost interest in movies. He really enjoyed the work when he didn't have actors giving him a hard time." And here's something interesting that I did not realize we're going to bring up.
Okay.
He goes, Ethan Hawke says, Russell Crowe and Johnny Depp broke him.
Oh.
Yeah, so that sucks.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, okay, neither of those names necessarily surprise me. What was the Johnny Depp movie?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. So let's go through Peter Weir's.
That's amazing that Ethan Hawke is willing to go on that type of record about that.
Well, I think it's easy to say that about Russell Crowe because Russell Crowe has had that history, well known, where he's an asshole to people, but has since reformed. Crowe has. I think Crowe is very upfront about him being a better person now than he was years ago.
Yeah, he's best friends with Taika Waititi now.
Johnny Depp, on the other hand, I think Ethan Hawke is free to say whatever he wants about Johnny Depp because it's open season on him, rightfully so. Johnny Depp. I don't know the Johnny Depp movie Peter Weir's in. I will just do a quick Google search. But I guess it makes sense. It's 2003. It's Russell Crowe in 2003. I'm sure he was full asshole at that moment. And it's probably why we didn't get a sequel. Maybe that's a big reason why. This is a big movie where people say, why not a sequel? It didn't make enough money at the box office, apparently. And also, it's just hard to make shit movies nowadays.
I don't know if I would want one. Because I mean, sure, if it came out and it's as great as this, I would not complain. But I think that ending is just so, it's so it's nice. It's a weird kind of ending that I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, it leaves things open ended, but you're kind of okay with it. That's sort of the point of the movie. Is that
satisfying?
Yeah, it's satisfying in that these characters are just doing what they do. It's like Russell Crowe is made to be a captain on a ship, and he awards himself a little break time, but then when things need to get done, he goes, all right, fuck it, here we go again. Oh, here's the answer to the Johnny Depp question. So it says here, Weir had developed several projects in the 2000s that never came to fruition. Including he was going to make a movie with Tom Cruise, never happened, and a movie called Shantaram, starring Johnny Depp. So it was a proposed Johnny Depp production that I think Ethan Hawke was talking about. So the mere fact of trying to make a movie with Johnny Depp broke Peter Weir. The end. So there you go. Peter Weir is retired, but a hell of a filmography. He's been nominated for Best Director, but he's never won a Best Director Oscar. It looks like he got one last year in 2022. So he got one at the 2023 ceremony.
That's awesome that we don't know that. Because they'll show that shit off in the fucking award show.
Yeah, that's right. No, I thought you were making a joke about how bad we are at hosting an Oscar show. But no, you're right. No,
I'm shitting on the Academy.
Yeah, you're right. We should know that. They should have shown that entire presentation on the telecast. But no, it was Jeff Bridges who presented Peter Weir the honorary Oscar. It says here, Peter Weir won an Oscar for, in quotes, being a fearless and consummate filmmaker who has illuminated the human experience with his unique and expansive body of work.
Marcelo, I do hate to do this.
Yeah.
I think I have some breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news? What is it?
Wow. This is big. This is big for me. And Marcelo, by virtue of it being big for me, it has become big for you.
Uh-oh.
Not that but it was a part of you beforehand, but I think it's become bigger because of me.
What's going on?
Maybe that's unfair to say.
Southland Tales 2 just announced?
Southland Tales 2 just announced. Marcelo, if that happened, I would be fucking throwing a parade. That would be... That is the one thing that could happen right now to make me forget all of my troubles. Mm-hmm. No. So, I'm seeing a tweet here sent out yesterday.
Oh.
From one Kevin Smith.
Oh my God.
We are celebrating this year the 30th anniversary of Clerks.
Wow.
And which also means, according to him, that means we're also celebrating the 30th birthday of Jay and Silent Bob as characters.
Whoa.
And so to commemorate this birthday, as a present to all of us, really, we have a new Jay and Silent Bob movie in development.
So, wait. We're getting a Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob movie? Is that what's happening?
2023, we have confirmed
Last
by
year.
Kevin Smith himself in a tweet, and he also sent it out as a newsletter to his fans. We are getting a brand new third installment in the Jay and Silent Bob trilogy. If it's anything like Clerks 3, do you think Jay is going to get shot or something?
Do you think he's bringing these characters back just to kill one of them? First scene, Silent Bob pulls out a gun, puts it in his mouth. Oh boy! What does it say when it's coming out, or it's just going to be in production?
Yeah, I think he was just announcing the production, but also he was like, since this is the 30th anniversary, I'm announcing this, and that makes me think like, man, with how lazy this man has been with his films, like I would not be surprised if he like gets this done in 6 months and releases it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's out. It's out now. Check your Smodcast streaming service.
Right.
Whatever happened to his NFTs? Remember he was doing that? He was making an NFT movie.
That. He made Kilroy Was Here, the film. I don't know what is up with it. I don't know if maybe it got leaked online. I don't know. And then there was also supposed to be, he had committed to making Kilroy Was Here 2, and it was going to be partially like co-made with people that had purchased the NFT of Kilroy Was Here and then made like fan art of it or something like that. And, like the people that made the best fan art or like fan films or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, thanks for that update, Siobhan. And I hope the listeners didn't notice a 6-hour time difference.
Why would they?
In that mid-conversation, because we stopped for 6 hours. I watched the movie. You did your thing for 6 hours. Then we came back and started talking again about Kevin Smith. I hope nobody noticed that transition. Because
But
to be honest, I do sound worse than seconds ago. Because I think I'm a little congested. Is what I'm saying.
Maybe fair enough. But I mean, I hope that people do notice this transition. Want to hit them with it?
Do you know who uses transitions? Cinematographers, presumably. When it comes,
wouldn't the editors?
Oh yeah, you're right. The editors do that. You're right. Well, how about this? Cinematographers use. Yeah, go ahead.
I saw the movie Extraction 2 this year, and there was this fucking kick-ass goddamn car chase where the camera was actually following most of the chase. Like most of the chase really is a oneer, and they like transition the car or the camera from like the outside of the car into the car seamlessly by having a guy in the back seat.
Oh, like
and then they move the camera back outside. Like it's fucking awesome.
Like the Raid 2, right?
Like the Raid 2, yeah, shit like that.
Yeah. So in that way, a cinematographer transitions the holding of a camera from one camera person to another. Like this segment where we go from Kevin Smith to our favorite cinematography of the year.
Yes.
In the year 2023. That's it. Okay. How do we do this? One of us goes first.
We've both put together our top 5 favorites of the year. This is not our guesses or anything.
No.
This is our personal favorites of the year.
Yeah. Some of these picks I'm sure won't get nominated. I'm looking at my list. My number 1 will not get nominated. I'm betting $100 it won't.
One of mine has the tiniest chance, but it won't.
I forget who went first last episode. So, do I flip a coin? I've got a coin here.
Flip a coin.
Okay.
You got a coin?
Yes. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay. Tails, you win. So you get to call. You want to go first or second?
I want to go first.
All right, go ahead, Siobhan. You've got the floor.
My number 5, it's a movie I brought up previously. And I think this might be the last time I bring it up. Maybe no. I think this is the last time I bring it up.
Oh,
but it's The Outwaters.
Oh,
and I'm just gonna say it now. Skinamarink is not on my list.
Oh,
and I had a tough time choosing between the two. I think both of them fulfill a similar purpose, just in different ways. I chose The Outwaters because I've never seen a found footage film shot like this. Most found footage films are either like straight documentary style, or they are shot in a way that kind of you have to have some suspension of disbelief as to why the characters are filming the things they are filming, like with perfect vision of the horrifying things that are about to murder them. The Outwaters doesn't do that. So the first hour of The Outwaters, the basic plot is it's about these 4 people who, one of them's like a indie pop star, I think. She wants to, they're going out into the desert, to the Nevada desert, to film a music video. But the first hour of the film, it's kind of just setting up the character, setting things up. What they do with the camera is really interesting, even in just the setup of where no horror is happening, where like the camera kind of just is there as they are doing things. It's not focused on any of the characters necessarily. It's sometimes like the camera just accidentally gets turned on and you hear like half a conversation that's out of focus until the character realizes that the camera's on and turns it off, and it just completely cuts off like that. Like there are just things like that where like the camera kind of doesn't matter to the characters. They're not trying to really film anything interesting until they get out into the desert and they're doing their music video. And then they're getting these beautiful shots of the lady walking through the desert in her flowing dress and blah, blah, blah. And then the horror starts to happen. They all go to bed one night and wake up. And one of them wakes up in the middle of the night because he hears noises. And he sees a silhouette of what looks to be a man with an axe. And then the movie kind of just continues from there. It's the middle of the night. They get the main guy, Robbie, he grabs a flashlight. It's the director of the movie, by the way, and he's the main character. He grabs a flashlight, and he's running through dark desert, trying to like find his friends. But the way the movie is filmed, with the flashlight, you are seeing just a tiny pinhole of light, and you are never given like a full satisfying image of anything that is happening. Nothing about this final hour makes sense to you, and that is because of the way it is filmed. Just like Skinamarink, this film wants to disorient and confuse and do that to scare you, to unnerve you. Just like Skinamarink, like I want to say the movie Skinamarink, it hates you. It does not want you to have a good experience. And The Outwaters achieves that through its cinematography and its lack of answers. So I'm saying The Outwaters.
That's your number 5.
Number 5.
A movie I've yet to see.
I talked a lot about that. I think I'm going to talk a lot less about the rest of these.
Okay.
Which feels weird, but my number 4 is Leave the World Behind, Netflix original.
Yeah.
Produced by Barack Obama.
Yeah, former President Barack Obama and his Higher Ground production company.
That's right. This is by the director, by director Sam Esmail, the creator of Mr. Robot, and I think Mr. Robot is one of the most beautifully shot things ever made, creatively shot things ever made, TV or no. And I think he brings a lot of that distinct visual style from Mr. Robot to film in a way that is evolved, like, and changed to work better for film than for TV. And I think he does that very successfully, but he also uses a lot of his same visual flourishes. There's a lot of like really great drone shots. There's a lot of partially with CG, probably entirely with CG, really, but like, you know, like how the camera will pass through floors moving up, and like you see the rats in the floorboards or whatever, and as the camera's moving up through the house, and it's just full of like really nice visual flourishes like that. I think the coloration of the film is very nicely handled, and I think just like the film's main focus isn't necessarily what is happening to the world, it's more about the characters. That also comes through in the cinematography, where like it pretty lovingly lingers on its characters. Leave the World Behind, number 4.
Yet to see this too, and like I said earlier, I don't have access to Netflix, so fuck Netflix.
Fuck Netflix. Okay, my number 3. I was surprised by myself that I chose this. You know, I had to do it to him. I cannot deny a craftsman at the top of his game, such as Wes Anderson in Asteroid City.
Yes.
Just a stupidly gorgeous movie. Perfect framing. Everything is set up to be in the exact place it needs to be at the exact time it needs to be there. Everything is just like, he gets criticized for this. I don't know why he gets criticized for this, but everything just feels like a nicely set dollhouse. Like it's all kind of surreal in a way. And that's all well and good for the colored segments. But then we also, when the film reveals itself more and we get the behind the scenes look at it, I think the camera does change in a few ways. We see things from a new perspective, and I think the way that those scenes are captured feels different, feels distinct. I'm thinking particularly the scene between Jason Schwartzman and Margot Robbie. Absolutely gorgeous, like nothing else in the film. And I just can't deny it. It's just a beautiful looking film. Freight Train, go so fast.
Go so fast.
So that's my number 3, Asteroid City. My number 2, Marcelo.
Uh-oh, here we go. I can feel something.
Sorry.
Something's going to happen.
I'm so sorry to say this.
What's happening?
We've talked about this for so many hours already.
Oh, no. We're doing it.
You already know what it is.
Of course. The Holdovers. You love it.
It's Saw X.
Oh, Saw X. Yeah.
Brilliant. This series has always had brilliant use of color. It looks visually distinct from all of the rest of the series, while still, I think, looking enough like a Saw movie to pass itself off. It's like we're evolving rather than pushing everything away. Gorgeous shots of Mexico. Really striking locations. There are many categories where I think Saw X should be considered, where it's not at all. But I don't know. I think cinematography, I think score, I think actor, but just still the cinematography is like, I think it's really special. And again, playing with color, the scene where they kidnap Cecilia, and like the film looks like very giallo for just that 5-minute scene. And then we go back we get to the torture room, and suddenly this feels like a Saw movie. We're shooting things like a Saw movie. And they do very creative things within like we're making a Saw movie within that segment. Like when the character gets killed by the Mayan face trap, and the camera zooms out and the light goes out on that character and we never see him again, even though he is in the same room as everybody. Like, it's just they do creative things. They really do. And like, it's just a very enjoyable film to look at.
Saw X. I'm glad you picked this, because I'm gonna be honest, I almost put this in my honorable mentions, but I had to cut down my honorable mentions. I had too many honorable mentions, so Saw X had to go. But I'm glad you called it out.
You were nothing if not fair. And my number one, it is Paul Schrader's The Master Gardener, or just Master Gardener. If you've seen First Reformed, and particularly if you have seen Card Counter, you kind of know what to expect. But that is not to say anything negative. Like, these are gorgeously shot films, gorgeously framed, every frame a painting. There's this dream sequence that happens that is just unreal. I really don't know how they filmed it. There are so many striking shots that are just like Joel Edgerton sitting down in front of a house, but like looking at it, it is just like the most beautiful picture you've ever seen. And that's just like a feeling that I kept getting throughout this film, was just like, I want to take a screenshot of this and hang it on my wall. So that's The Master Gardener. Marcel, I know you have not seen this film, so I won't go to you. I'm just going to move to my honorable mentions. I do actually have a few this week. I wanted to say Skinamarink, out of focus, disorienting. The upside down shit is weird. Pulling off the disappearing doors stuff. What the film chooses to focus on is fascinating, and it is why the movie works. Knock at the Cabin. M. Night films always look very striking, and Knock at the Cabin is no exception. I would say that's probably my number 6. I really struggled with not putting that one in there. And I'm going to also say, I've got 3 listed here. I'm only going to say 1 to punish myself. I'm going to say Saint Omer. The way that this film lingers on its characters for so long, and films them without, this is hard to describe, but like, it films the characters without any judgment, without the camera ever trying to trick you, to sway your emotions in any way. And that's something I greatly admired about it. This film is something that like really wants you to make your own judgments, your own interpretations, come to your own conclusions. And the camera is so, I don't know what the word is, but it's so diligent in the way that it forces you to do that.
Saint Omer. If anybody's jumping into this episode, do not come at us saying Saint Omer is a movie from last year. Sure.
Well, it is from last year, 2023.
Oh,
there we go. Boom.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. You know what? Whatever. Go screw. Not you, Siobhan. I'm just saying people listening. All right. Honorable mentions. I'll do those first, since we're talking honorable mentions. I'll just say Saw X. Sure. It's on my honorable mentions. I'll also say Skinamarink is on my honorable mentions. Creating this old school analog vibe does it well. I also say Asteroid City, honorable mention. Robert Yeoman, once again, beautiful looking movie, beautiful looking Wes Anderson movie. I love that collaboration between Wes Anderson and Robert Yeoman. And then going to movies that have not been mentioned. Eileen, by DP'd by Ari Wegner. I like these movies that are set like in, I think this one's set in like the 50s, and from beginning to end, with the titles and the way it's shot. And I actually don't know. I should have looked this up, but screw it. I think it's shot on film, but if it's not shot on a film, if it's shot digitally, it looks like it's shot on film. It looks like a 50s movie. It gets points. It gets points there. It also looks very ugly because the subject matter is ugly, which I appreciate. So Eileen, honorable mention. Oppenheimer, of course. Got to talk about Oppenheimer. It's my honorable mention. It's not my top 5. A lot can be said about the cinematography. It might even win best cinematography at the Oscars. Not in my top 5. It's still solid. The black and white stuff, really striking. And hey, the visual effects, the moments where we see inside Oppenheimer's brain, shot really well. It looks gorgeous. Showing Up, that's a honorable mention. I mentioned this earlier in the show. It's an indie darling, but also it's the look of it. I do love. Again, it's one of those where I don't know if it's digital or film, but it looks like film. It's like the grain I appreciate, the sort of washed out look some of the film has. The movie has. Love it. And my final honorable mention, Poor Things. Hey, Siobhan, don't you love these fisheye lens that
No.
you're gonna hate Poor Things. Like every other shot is a fisheye lens shot. Sometimes it's not pleasing to look at, but I think because the movie's so unusual, I think it fits. So yeah, Robbie Ryan is the cinematographer for Poor Things. Good job, Robbie. Keep using those fisheye lenses. All right, my top 5. Number 5. The movie people on film Twitter are kicking to shit. Saltburn. DP by.
Loved when he fucked that grave.
Did you see? You didn't see this movie yet, did you?
No, but it is available like on Paramount or Peacock. It's one of those. I'm
Amazon.
Watch it soon. Amazon. Sorry.
Yeah, because Saltburn is an MGM film, and Amazon bought MGM, so that's depressing. Saltburn, DP'd by Linus Sandgren. I believe they did La La Land, which I love. But it's story aside, whatever you think. If you think it's shit, I don't care. I think it looks gorgeous. The fact that it's set in like giant mansion with all these rich people. It presents it a beautiful. It presents this like horribly dark comedic story beautifully. There are shots like in the mansion inside this castle with like light shining through. Like each shot is gorgeous. So I think the movie looks amazing. Script aside, that's my number 5. My number 4. May December. Christopher Blauvelt is the DP. I've been saying this a lot in this cinematography thing. Is it shot in a film? I don't know. Again, I should have looked this up before talking about this, but I appreciate. I guess that's just me nowadays. I'm sick to death of the digital look of the Netflix pastiche. And May December is a Netflix movie, but it does not look like a Netflix movie. I think it tries its best. If it's shot digitally, it tries its best to not look like that. And I think the fact that it tells a story about this tabloid controversy from the 90s in modern day, you do get that retro sense with the movie, even though it's set in modern day. Or I'm actually not sure when it's set off the top of my head. I'm assuming it's set in modern day, but it could be earlier than 2023. Anyway, it just feels old school for a movie made in 2023. May December. And then my number, what was that, 4? Well, yeah, my number 3. Hey, speaking of digital, I know for sure this is digital. 100%. There's no way it's not digital. It's The Killer. Steven Fincher's
I
the
thought
killer.
this would be on your list.
Yeah, of course it's on my list.
And it was one of my 3 that I was choosing between.
Yeah. Speaking of names I cannot pronounce, Eric Messerschmidt, Oscar winner for Mank. He won the Oscar for Mank as the cinematographer. He's also the cinematographer for Ferrari. I mean, the film still looks good, but it's not as great as The Killer. Because I think the collaboration between Fincher, who is one of the best directors, and Messerschmidt, those two working here, and also I think Mank looks great too. And also they worked on Mindhunter, the Netflix TV show. That's where Messerschmidt started working with Fincher, and then Fincher was like, "Hey, you do some good work. Let's shoot some films together." Whenever they work together, it looks great. So The Killer, also a great looking film. Sure, it does look like a digital film, but there are only a few directors who I think makes a digital film look great, and Fincher is one. It's cold, it's dark, it's bleak, it's steely. I like that adverb or adjective. I like the adjective. It's a steely movie, but it's a good looking movie. So that's The Killer. My number 2, it's a tie.
Oh, come on.
But it's the same cinematographer. Hold on. Is this also, so are you saying your number 2 is 2 movies, or is this like 1 and 2 here as a tie? No, I'm being cheeky. I'm saying my number 2 is 2 movies.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a cheater.
Gotcha.
My number 2 is
The Rebel Moons.
Hey, there's a moon. It's Killers of the Flower Moon and Barbie. Both shot by Rodrigo Prieto.
Damn, really?
Yeah, same cinematographer. Shot both of them.
Good for him.
I mean, really, if I have to pick one, I'll go Killers of the Flower Moon. That is immensely beautiful. Like it for its subject matter, from beginning to end, those like 3+ hours. Like every shot is gorgeous. It's incredible work. And Prieto, I think, has done Scorsese's last few movies. I think he did The Irishman and Silence. I'll look that up real quick. But really, my number 2, it's Killers of the Flower Moon, really. And then a bonus is Barbie. Because the fact that he also shot Barbie, and that looks so like it's like the best looking comedy movie of the last like whatever many years.
Yeah, and that movie doesn't owe its toyeticness just to production design or everything. The camera plays with it too. Like the camera, like whatever lenses they used and the lighting and shit like that. Like that adds so much to everything looking so plastic and toy-like.
Yeah. And sure, I've heard complaints about people saying, "Oh, the movie looks amazing when they're in Barbie Land, but then when it goes to the real world, it looks bad." No shit, the real world is terrible.
What do you fucking want?
The fuck are you talking about? Of course, Barbie Land's supposed to look
you think
gorgeous.
They didn't think of that?
I hate that criticism. But yeah, I confirmed just now The Irishman, Silence, also Rodrigo Prieto. Wolf of Wall Street he shot, Argo he shot. This guy is amazing. So he's versatile, and he has 0 Oscars, for God's sakes. Give him an Oscar. He was nominated for Brokeback Mountain, Silence, and The Irishman. Has not won yet. He better win this year, I swear to God. Hey, step back. Hoyt van Hoytema. Pretty sure you don't have an Oscar either, but I want Prieto to win first.
Hoyt, you should have got your Oscar for Dunkirk, all right? And I'm saying that to you now.
Yeah. It says here Van Hoytema was nominated once for Dunkirk. Has not won yet. But I'll say it again. Prieto should win first. All right. My number 1, I'll quickly mention this and move on because I'm going to talk about it for the rest of this season. Siobhan, you already know. I think it's very obvious. Let's say it together. My number 1 is Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I had to rewatch some of this earlier just to make sure. Yeah. My favorite director is also my favorite cinematographer working today. Steven Soderbergh likes to shoot his own movies. He likes to cut his own movies. So, of course, I have to say, it's the best looking movie I saw last year, in my opinion, because I'm in the bag for Soderbergh. And if you're confused and saying, hey, wait a second, didn't Peter Andrews, wasn't he the DP? No, you stupid fucking moron. That's Steven Soderbergh's pseudonym. Go to hell.
Yeah. Who would fall for that?
Nobody. All right. Those were our favorites, right? I think we did it.
Those were our favorites.
Now, there's no other. Nobody's going to chime in and say, "I have a favorite too." This is our show, Siobhan. It's me and
Marcelo?
Siobhan. What?
You're wrong.
No.
Because if you'll remember your plug from earlier, you had me plug the talkfilmsociety.com/Discord. We actually, I went into the Talk Awards channel.
What?
And I actually asked the people, the lovely, lovely people that we have in this Discord, and we would love if any more people joined. Any of you, I'm sure you're all lovely film nerds. Please come talk about film with us. I personally asked for people to provide us with their favorite picks for cinematography for the year. And we're going to read all of those off right now, because it often gives us a chance to hit some things we didn't hit before.
Exactly. We're not perfect.
No, we're terrible.
In many ways, we're terrible people.
We are not fully formed human beings.
Absolutely. Me especially. I'm running on fumes.
Yes, so let's try to get through this as fast as possible to help Marcelo
die
before he passes away. So our first response comes from Chelsea Nico. She tells us, Poor Things was her first thing. We're split up a bit here. Poor Things. Dude only used 4 lenses to mix and match. Oppenheimer because duh. And Barbie and Saltburn.
Love these responses. I think Chelsea's great. I've met Chelsea in person a few times now in my life. Shout out to Chelsea.
Okay, yeah, shout out to Chelsea. But Marcelo, you keep telling me about this fisheye lens. What? He's got 3 other lenses now?
He's got a fisheye lens that makes it look like a fish bowl. Then he's got a fisheye lens that makes it look like a bigger fish bowl. Then he has a fisheye lens that makes it look like a bigger fish bowl.
This is not for me. I'm not into this guy.
No, wait. Let's pause here and say, for people who don't know, you saw the favorites. You weren't a fan of the fisheye stuff in the favorite, but why exactly? Can you pinpoint why that is? I'm not coming at you. I'm just curious. Like, why does that turn you off?
It didn't look good to me. I hate to say this to you, Marcelo, but there are a few Soderbergh movies that kind of have this piss yellow tint to them.
Okay,
and I would say that the favorite also had that, where everything's really drab and also being shot in this way that is, if you're exposed to too much of it, it can be a bad thing. Those two things coming together, just and like I understand it, like I kind of get it for the way that film is. It's just hard for me to watch, and I didn't like seeing it. So
that's fair.
Next, yes. So and you got an extra vote for Saltburn. So our next choice.
Our next choice to talk about is
it comes from friend of the site, Sam Shot First.
Yeah.
Now once again, I have to remind people that Sam has a certain allegiance. He used to host a podcast called Keanu Believe It, all about the man, Keanu Reeves. So we'll address that in a bit, but just like maybe throw one of these out the window, you know? Like, this man is biased.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the site, but he's biased.
Friend of the site, but
friend of the site, and that's why I honor him.
Yeah.
But I still have questions about his credibility.
But not friend of a fair and balanced democracy.
So his choices here. He says Oppenheimer.
Good so far.
And then he says Wick 4. And see, this is the problem. I believe he meant to say John Wick Chapter 4. And B, he hosted a Keanu Reeves podcast. You have to keep that in mind. Okay. All right. Maestro. That's interesting. I didn't like the look of Maestro. But it's certainly distinct, and I can see somebody enjoying it.
I respect the decision. Don't respect
I respect it. One that I respect less, no, that's not true, is...
it's actually good. This one's good.
This one's good. Haunting in Venice.
Yeah.
Which it is, you know what? I think back on it, it's an interesting pick. It's a good looking movie. I won't deny.
Those Dutch angles look amazing, and that's not a joke. That's not a joke. I think it does look like a good movie. It looks like a good movie.
And then his final choice here, he says Barbie. So
of course, Barbie.
He also adds on, still need to watch Killers of the Flower Moon, but damn, Prieto had a year.
Yes, that's what
was that man's name? Rodrigo Prieto?
Yes.
So I believe that's what he meant to say. Our next message comes from Jay McMillan, always on top of things here. He says, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, El Conde, which I don't know what that is.
I'm looking that up right now. I've been stumped.
El Conde.
I know what it is. It's the Pablo Larraín movie. Pablo Larraín also directed Spencer and Jackie. So he made a movie for Netflix called El Condón. El Conde. It made a blip. Not many people know about it, including one Siobhan Irving. So yes,
the director of Spencer and Jackie. You say
yes?
No, thank you.
Okay, all right.
And his last pick here. And look, I talked about Sam Shot First's biases. I have to bring up that Jay McMillan is one of my wrestle buddies. We talk about wrestling pretty often. So he does have a certain bias. I would not say it's as strong as friend of the site Sam Shot First's bias, but still something to keep in mind. Jay McMillan does say The Iron Claw. And I agree. Beautiful movie. It is a good looking movie. Yeah. I agree. That was the third of my ones that I was mulling over. It was The Killer and Iron Claw. So I'm glad it got brought up. Now we move on to your former co-host, the real Matt C, Matt Curione, blowing up on Twitter recently. Just having tweet after tweet blow up. Unstoppable. He said, we got celebrities in here. Come on, people. You want to join?
Come on, people.
What are you talking about? Saltburn again?
Good one, Siobhan.
He says Oppenheimer, Asteroid City, Flower Moon. I do believe he means Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, careful, man.
The Killer, and The Holdovers, which I did want to talk a little about. I thought you might have brought it up. Shot on film, it has to have been, right?
I believe so.
Like, if it wasn't, fuck you for making the movie look like that.
Oh,
I didn't like the look. I did not like the look of that movie at all. I thought it looked kind of gross.
Come on, it's supposed to look like not necessarily Animal House, but like a 70s college.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, but why? Come on, Siobhan. It's. I don't think it looks disgusting.
I got that, I didn't like that.
Fair.
Gaming friend Joey. He brings up Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Killer, John Wick 4. I do believe he means John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah.
And Maestro. We haven't talked about John Wick Chapter 4 yet, even though Sam Shaw first brought it up, fair to the site. It's 100% striking movie. I can't deny the way they shoot these cinematography.
the way they shoot the cinematography, yeah.
The way they shoot these action scenes, it remains impressive to this day. Even though I don't know if it's necessarily evolved since like 2 or 3, but like it remains fucking astounding to me. And we get some beautiful views of Paris. The staircase scene is shot so interestingly. Like the staircase scene alone, and not even the staircase scene alone, the fucking Hotline Miami overhead fire shotgun scene alone. That's standout scene of the year for me. And then you go from there to the staircase. And the staircase is just like the way that they follow, they allow you to follow that action while letting it, and it still looks amazing. It's impressive. And the same with the roundabout at the Arc de Triomphe, with the cars going everywhere. Like that had to be hell to film. They pull it off masterfully. Like it looks effortless. John Wick Chapter 4 in particular, it might be the best looking movie in the series. I might say that. I might have to do a full rewatch to say that for sure. But like, and John there on the steps at the end with that beautiful sunlight. I mean, it's good stuff.
Now you say all that, you praise it, and you said at the start of that, you said can't deny it, one of the best looking movies, and it's not on your list.
I didn't really like the things that just popped into my mind. They weren't popping into my mind when I considered it.
Oh,
you know,
see, this is why we do this. This is why we go to the Discord.
Yeah, frankly, I think I should have put it on my list for top 5.
Dummy.
I screwed up. No doubt about it. Now, Mike Schindler, your co-host on Soderbergh 2828, Mike Schindler, he says, very simply, it's John Wick.
Now has
the only
no
yeah, you go on this.
Now we should look this up. Did John Wick was he a cinematographer on something? Did he lens like was he the cinematographer on Skidmarink? Was he?
If that wasn't the case, I think maybe we should just like look up and make sure. Did the film John Wick come out this year or last year? Like maybe my memory's just wrong. I don't know. No, of course.
Yeah,
I do believe.
Of course. Go ahead.
I do believe that Mike Schindler meant to say John Wick Chapter 4, and if that's the only thing he wanted to say, yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Mike's a guy that sees a lot of films every year, and look, that's the one that stood out to him the most. That means a lot. I
do trust his judgment every now and then. Yeah, but hey, we can all be wrong. And naming a movie that came out 10 years ago, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming I'm assuming he meant the new one, but okay, we can move on.
Okay, and then I believe this is our finale.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes, we have Noah Thompson, and Noah Thompson actually went through the trouble of naming the cinematographers. So we're going to learn some things here. Not just about Noah, but about film.
Well, I also named the cinematographers. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I wasn't listening to yours.
Thank you.
So Noah says Dan Laustsen for John Wick Chapter 4. Thank you for actually writing out the full name, and he even put the colon in there. Like that's so nice. We love to see that. Robert D. Yeoman and Tristan Oliver for Asteroid City. Jaron Blaschke and Lowell A. Meyer for Knock at the Cabin. Another vote for for knocking, well, not another vote, I guess, because I only put it in honorable mention, but like somebody else agrees with me that movie looks great. Steven Soderbergh. Oh wait, hold on, he got this one wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't Steven Soderbergh.
Who actually edited this?
Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna look this up because people get this confused all the time. Let's see, Magic Mike's Last Dance. Going through the credits, Peter Andrews was the cinematographer.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so so what Noah meant to say was Peter Andrews for Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Yes.
And Jamie D. Ramsey for All of Us Strangers.
Wow, which is a movie I'm going to see tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about on the show. Oh, hey, by the way, thanks Noah and everybody who gave us their picks. We appreciate it every week, honestly.
Yeah, and we're not done because if you remember, Marcelo,
I was gonna say something.
do you want to? I don't know. What do you want to say?
What do you want to say?
I've got another fucking Discord I go to.
Oh yeah, hold on. Before we do that, I'll just say, All of Us Strangers. I'm seeing that tomorrow, and I'm also seeing Zone of Interest on Monday. So, and of course, we'll talk about the Golden Globes next episode. So, stay tuned for next episode. I'll talk about those movies. We'll talk about the Golden Globes. What a wonder next episode's going to be. All right, continue, Siobhan.
Yes, I went over to the Hollywood Handbook, which is a comedy podcast. Their unofficial Discord, boasting over 600 members, and asked the people there. I've done this for the last few weeks. I've gotten a handful of responses. This week I got one response, so perhaps I stopped doing this. But the response I did get was unexpected. It was from the lovely Lexi Zananetti. She provides us with Anatomy of a Fall, which interesting,
okay,
right?
Yeah. Well, it's one we haven't heard, but yeah, it's a good pick.
All right, you want to hear another one we haven't heard?
Sure.
Napoleon.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You don't like that one as much.
Not in love with it. It looks fine. It's, you know what? I appreciate the a new answer, but I also say not a fan of that look. It's a little bit muddy. It's too muddy for me. Yeah.
And she also says Flower Moon with a question mark. So just first off, I want to say I'm sorry for having to do this to you, Lexi, because I like you so much, but I do believe that Lexi meant Killers of the Flower Moon. And I don't know what she meant by the question mark.
Perhaps she forgot the name of the movie. She goes, Flower Moon, question mark?
Yes. Yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Is that it? Was that the entirety?
That was all. Yeah, I got
right.
one response over there.
Well, hey.
Those are the people's choices.
Oh, the people's choices. And now it's time. Here's the perfect transition. Now it's time for Gold Derby's choices.
Yeah, it's gotta happen.
And also, we got to remember to pick our picks for what's going to win at the Oscars. So remember to do that too. I'm talking to you, Siobhan, because I'm going to forget. Okay. Gold Derby game. Here we go. Opening up Gold Derby again on this episode. The way this works is I open up Gold Derby, which is a site where people, experts, I told you this already, but just a reminder, people like experts and just random yahoos, they get to predict what's going to win the big one, the Oscars. And I quiz Siobhan. I see if she can get the top 5 ranked. It doesn't need to be ranked. Just name the top 5. But yeah, this is ranked from 1 to 5 on what's most likely to win to least likely to win. So here we go. Siobhan, it's on you now. Best cinematography.
So this is what happens to me every single time. I'm going to name Oppenheimer.
That's number 1. You got Oppie, number 1.
And I'm going to name Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's number 2. You got 2.
And I am always confident in like 2. And then I have to start thinking. And then everything falls apart for me. But what I'm going to say, okay?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Call me crazy.
Crazy.
Barbie.
Ooh, number 8.
It just falls all apart. I'm also going to say Poor Things.
Number 3. You got number 3.
All right.
Look at that. You're rolling.
From there, I'm kind of out to sea without a paddle. So I'm going to start moving towards Zone of Interest.
Ooh, look at you. You get the 5th one. Number 5.
Damn,
wow.
Hey, look, it just worked for me. I am going for another foreign film, Anatomy of the Fall. God damn it.
That's number 19, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. But I'm excited. You got Oppenheimer 1, Killers 2, 3, Poor Things, 5, Zone of Interest. Number 4, it has been mentioned, not by either of us on our list, but it was mentioned on the Discord. We both...
Holdovers.
Nope. Holdovers is...
We both what?
Number 10. I was going to say we both have seen the movie.
Okay, we've both seen Holdovers.
But it was not Holdovers.
Okay. Well, it wasn't mentioned by us. It's not Asteroid City. It's not May December.
Asteroid City, number 12, by the way, May December. Number 26.
Asteroid City.
I give you one more hint.
It was mentioned in the Discord?
It was, yeah. Somebody at least one person, maybe 2, mentioned this movie.
It's not Saltburn.
No, Saltburn is number 7.
And wait, that was on your list.
That was on my list. My final hint is I predict this movie will be nominated for the following categories: Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director. No, maybe not Best Director. Maybe Best Director, though. Best Screenplay. I'd say Best...
Maestro.
Yeah, Maestro. You got it. Number 4. Maestro.
I should have got that.
It's okay. I'm going to say this. Very weird that it's looking like it'll get Best Cinematography. Very weird.
I agree with you. Yeah. But what the fuck ever.
Exactly. What the fuck ever. All right. So yeah. Let's pick what we think is going to get the big one.
Actually, speaking of the big one,
yeah,
I'm gonna go with it. The big bomb that got dropped on the box office this year, but it was a positive bomb, but it was a negative bomb. Oppenheimer.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
Killers.
I'm gonna be a little devil here. I'm gonna root for Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna root for it personally, and I'm going to say it's gonna sneak past Oppenheimer. I have a feeling in my gut of guts, I think Killers of the Flower Moon is gonna. I still think it's gonna win Best Picture, and I think it's gonna rank. It's gonna grab some awards on its way to winning Best Picture. And I think one of those is going to be Best Cinematography. So I'm going to go with Killers of the Flower Moon. That's going to win Best Picture. Sorry. And Best Cinematography. All right. That's it. We're done. Siobhan, thank you. Do we do plugs on this show?
No. Okay, so yeah, Marcelo, thank you for doing this for me.
Oh fuck! I got one more thing. Yes, go ahead. Go. Sorry, you say one thing and I'll say one more thing. Go ahead.
Thank you for doing this for me, for us, for the people.
For the people,
I do appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Even and especially so, doubly so, in your compromised immune system state.
Yes.
You are a warrior, sir.
I do this for you, and also for you, the listener. I do it for all of you. I am like Jesus Christ on the Christ. Next week we're doing the Golden Globes.
Did you mean to say that?
What? What do you mean? Did I mean to say that?
Jesus crossed on the Christ.
Let's just say yes. I meant to say that. I'm like Jesus crossed onto Christ. Next week, we do a Golden Globes wrap up.
You gonna tune in?
I am. I think I am.
Are they streaming on Peacock or anything?
I believe so. I think that was the deal. Actually, I have Peacock. No, it's not Peacock because they switched channels. It's going to be on CBS, so I think it'll be on Paramount Plus.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So,
I'll probably end up watching it. I could use something to do.
Yeah.
On that day. So yeah. Why not?
Well, if
who's hosting? Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, he's back.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Imagine if Ricky Gervais did it now.
Dave Chappelle.
All right, Golden Globes talk next week.
I hope sincerely that there is a woman,
period,
presenting an award or maybe doing some kind of interview segment. I really hope that she makes a Golden Globes reference about her breasts. I really hope that happens again.
Do we want to take bets on if that happens?
If I'm taking a serious bet, I would say no. But I don't know. I'm just remembering that as being an old joke. I'm just trying to be a little jokester.
Oh, you're being cheeky. Here we go. In order to make this episode even longer, let's do a rapid fire. Who's going to win the Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Drama? Siobhan, pick one of these movies. Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, The Zone of Interest. Pick one.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I'm going to go Oppenheimer. Okay, next category. We're gonna do the big ones. Musical or comedy, motion picture. Here we go. Nominees: Air, American Fiction, Barbie, Holdovers, May December, Poor Things. Siobhan, pick one.
Barbie.
I'm gonna go Holdovers. Okay. Here we go. Next category: Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. Barbie, Guardians 3, John Wick 4, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning 1, Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour, Super Mario Brothers movie. Siobhan, pick one.
Okay. It has to either be Barbie or Oppenheimer. I'm Barbie.
Yeah, I'm also going to say Barbie, the number one movie of last year and the $1 billion movie that everybody talked about. Yeah, that's going to win. Let's do director and then let's get the hell out of here. I'm just going through director. Okay, your nominees are Bradley Cooper, Maestro, Celine Song, Past Lives, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Greta Gerwig, Barbie, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. Who do you think is going to win?
I almost want to go with a spoiler here, but I'm gonna stick with my brain. I'm just gonna say Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I'll let you pick yours first.
I'm gonna go with the. Now I'll say this before I say this. I don't know anything about this new Golden Globes. Who are they? The Hollywood Foreign Press. Like, they're all gone. I don't know who's picking this, but I'm gonna say I think they're gonna pick an interesting choice. I think they're gonna go with Greta Gerwig, Barbie.
I actually didn't even think of her. I kind of missed her name, but I was gonna say I almost wanted to say Yorgos.
Yeah, that would be kind of like an oddball, not oddball, like left field choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll talk more about this next week when we actually watch the goddamn Golden Globes and we talk about the winners. Because we're both committed, right? We're seeing the Golden Globes.
Yes, and it's 3.5 hour, 4 hour glory.
Oh God, I'm committed. I'm seeing the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's our show. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm talking to you, Siobhan. Hope you enjoyed this show.
I had a swell time doing this, Marcelo. Thank you for doing it for me.
Now before we wrap up, who's going to win Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture Musical Comedy? You got Jeffrey Wright, Joaquin Phoenix. No, I'm joking. All right, thanks, Siobhan. Thanks, listeners. And as always, hey, I see you at the movies. No, I never say that, aren't I?